In this video, I'm going to show you some of the basics, like how to run the software and how to adjust the eccentric height. And I will talk about it, or how to focus. Okay, when you enable the device on the Badger, our online booking platform, you will log into Windows, or if already been logged in, you should be able to see this program or software. And it's called Microscope Software Launcher. And it has two buttons, Start Server and Stop. So I click Start. And it will take around 20 seconds to launch. And as you can see, there are three software programs on the bottom. The first one is called TEM User Interface, which is this left panel and the bottom panel. The second software, which was running in the background, is called TEM Imaging and Analysis. I just drag it and drop it to the second window or a monitor and maximize it. The third software is this black screen. It's actually a software inside this TEM user interface, and this is called FluCam or fluorescence camera. This is where we can see the sample or shadow of the sample, and right now it says column valves closed and screen is inserted and is paused. Okay, let's review what we have in the TEM user interface. We have several tabs. They're called Setup, Search, Camera, Tune, and Stem. I will talk about some of these in the future videos, but first let's start with Setup. The first panel is called Vacuum, and we see that the gun or accelerator is the vacuum of this is around 1 log, and column is 11, detection unit is 14. This should be always 1. Column where the sample is should be less than 20 log, and detection unit is 14. And if you're curious, these are actually being logged to see their unit. They're in Pascal, and these are the numbers. So to make it simplify, we just use the log scale. Okay, in this software, any button that has that is active, it has a yellow color or blue color, and the text inside that button is active. So here it says column valves closed, means that is yellow, means that column valves are closed. High tension and operate are yellow, means that electrons are being coming down, but they don't hit the sample yet because the column valve is closed. And third is fig registry. This is a very automated microscope, and I recently aligned this microscope. And when you want to start your imaging, first you need to realign the microscope, and it just resets everything and is good for imaging at relatively high magnification, or like around 80,000. The other thing that we need to look is this is where the magnification is. Right now the magnification around 4,000, column pressure 11, high tension 200 kV, and right now screen current is reading 0. This is a very important number. I will talk about it. And then XYZ, where the sample is. Okay, so let's open the column valve. I click on this button. Here, these are the nanoparticles of titanium oxide, and I see that part of the grid or the copper mesh is blocking the screen, and this is where the carbon film is, and these are titanium oxide particles are being trapped by this carbon film. First thing, I will go onto the fig registry and load the latest TEM. It's called 200 TEM registry, and I click set. And you will see that the software is resetting everything, resetting the stigmation, apertures, and magnification. Next thing we need to do is, so in this session we want to adjust the focus, or what we call it eccentric height. Focus is where the sample, it's the same as any microscope, like an optical microscope. We need to adjust the height between the lens or objective lens to the sample. So to do that, we go to the Search tab. On this panel, we click on the Advanced options, And on here, we will see several options, and one of them is called Wobbler. When I click, it rotates the sample, it tilts the sample. This is where the tilt reading is. So it's tilting the sample to plus and minus 15 degrees, and I will see the rocking motion of the sample. On the hand panel in front of me, I will see there's a Z-axis 2 buttons, and on this microscope I gently press the lower button, which is minus Z. These are pressure sensitive, so I'm gradually pressing, and you will see the Z-axis is reading minus 20 micrometer. I continue pressing, and I see that the rocking motion of the sample is getting less and less. So I'm continuing to press this. Okay, I'm getting somewhere that the contrast of the rocking motion is much less, and the contrast of the particles are also less, more of a gray out. If I continue pressing, see that the contrast is less, and now the contrast is getting more and more, and the rocking motion comes back. So I go backwards, so I go plus Z. So right now the Z-axis reading is minus 54. I go plus, and here we go. We are very close to the eccentric height, which is reading around minus 43 micrometer, and we don't see much rocking situation. So I turn the wobbler off, and it takes a few seconds to activate or turn it off. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to adjust the screen current and move the stage or the sample around.